Everybody, happy Friday. Hey Nina, hey Ashley. How y'all doing? How is everybody's Friday? For some of you guys it is Friday, some of you guys it's probably already Saturday, but it's all good, it's all good. So we are also celebrating 10 years of the Walu child. So if y'all OGs, y'all probably know me far back as the Ghetto Fairy Tarot before it was the Walu child. Um But yeah, and then, eventually it was officially Chenoa, but now we're back to Walu Child. Okay. That's where I most resonate with. That's where I identify the most with my energy with the Walu Child. So yeah, we 10 years in, honey, today. January 31st, 2000, what was it? 2015 was when I started this channel. So yeah, it's our 10-year anniversary. Okay. Somebody play what's the Tony Tone anniversary, okay? Yeah. Aw, thank you, Ashley. Hey Sam, how are you, sis? Yeah, I appreciate y'all through the journey, y'all. Y'all been vibing. Y'all been with me. Y'all been vibing for a very long time. So I'm just, we just going to not obviously we're not just gonna vibe the entire I mean, it is a vibe, but we are gonna do our 5 fairies, my first 5 fairies that left their emoji if you're still actively live. If you're not actively live, I'm gonna have to skip you. Okay. So you have to be actively live in order to get the one question or one card pull free read. But how we're gonna celebrate. I mean, we're just gonna have first off, we're gonna do the 5 fairies, like I said, and then we're gonna jump into the collective reading, which we're gonna be talking about heart chakra healing and awakening in the collective read. And then I'm also gonna share a heart chakra healing, clearing spell, or if you want to call it that, or just like a spiritual working, a ritual. And then at the end, I'm just gonna have we're gonna engage, we're gonna interact, and we're gonna share some things. Um, just like a viewer check-in with you guys, memory lane type interaction. So that's me celebrating with y'all. We're gonna do some healing work as always, right? With February coming up, Valentine's Day, that is where you start seeing all the chocolates. If you don't see all the chocolates already at the stores, and the big red and pink hearts and flowers and teddy bears, and so we getting into that time, that season. So we're gonna do some inner healing work with the heart chakra. And it just seems fitting because I've been picking up a lot of heart chakra healing energy in some reads that I've been doing, personal reads. So yeah, we gonna get into that. So let me check the live chat. Hey Elise, how are you? Greetings, Kyla. Greetings. All right, so I know Ashley. I don't know if Nina's still on here. Nina, if you on here, say something. If not, we're gonna have to skip you, sis. Y'all gotta be you have to be live. You gotta be on here on the live chat. So when I call your name, you have your question ready. That is the rules, right? So let's see how many fairies I got so far. I got Ashley. I have Samantha, Elise, Kyla. No, Kyla, you didn't leave a fairy. So if y'all want first 5 fairies live and active in the chat to leave a fairy emoji in the chat gets a 1 card free pull. Okay, so I only have 3 so far. Ashley, Samantha, and Elise. I need 2 more. I don't know if Nina's on here. She probably done fell asleep. No, I'm just kidding. Where the hell? I knew I was forgetting something. I left my little cocktail over there on the other side of the room. I don't feel like getting up and go getting it. Thank you, Elise. I appreciate that. Hey, Tawanda. How are you? I know these lives be late lately. Back in, a couple of weeks ago or so, we did 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but now I got to do it this time because I get off at 9 o'clock Monday through Friday. So my schedule is different, obviously. So I got to do these a little bit later than I would like to, but that's okay. It's just a late night vibe. Some people go out, celebrate. Some people don't. You know, some people they don't do all of that. Some people stay at home and chill and relax in their little hermit little space. So yeah, I need 2 more fairies, y'all. I need 2 more fairies. Drop a fairy emoji. It can be, the darkest of dark, whitest of the whitest. It could be a female fairy, a male fairy. It don't matter. They got, it's universal fairies up in there. Use whichever one you resonate with. Tawanda, thank you. So I need 1 more. Let me go grab my little mushroom cocktail drink real quick. Not a mushroom cocktail per se. It's just uh, the mushroom glass. All right. Oh goodness, I gotta be careful because I don't want to drop nothing. Hold on, I'm trying not to. Ooh, I don't want to be all up in the camera like that. Child, I look rough and tough, child. Rough and tough. I don't want y'all looking at me that closely. No, let's not do that. Let's back the fuck up. No, just yeah. I don't want it all up in my face. I'm looking a little crazy right now. I do this for y'all. I don't really like being on camera at all. I would prefer just my voice or my hands. And even sometimes my hands, I'm like, damn, my nails looking fucked up. I haven't had my nails done in I don't know how long. Then my voice gets annoying sometimes. I'm just, but hey. Okay, so Ashley, Samantha, Elise, Tawanda, go ahead and drop your questions. I don't know where that one fairy just gonna pop up magically. I don't know. But leave your one question or topic that you would like me to pull on. If you don't have a specific question, that's fine. If you want to leave it open, general, that's fine. Or you just want to talk about a topic, it may not be a specific question. um Celeste, what does spirit want you to know? Ashley, how can you work on or heal your social anxiety? You're welcome. Samantha General. Okay. So Celeste, what does spirit want you to know? What does spirit want you to know? What does spirit want you to know? Show some love, you guys, in the chat. I would greatly appreciate the love. Y'all want to share it with someone, you want someone to join, get this healing, get these messages of healing, bring them on in. All right. What does spirit want, Miss? Hey, Too Sweet. How are you? Hey, Taylor. How are you, sis? Greetings. Hello, ladies. What does spirit want Tawanda to know? Okay. First card out, 5 of Wands. I love these cards. I haven't used these in a long time. These look like tulips. I'm not sure what these flowers are, but it's like while there's chaos happening around you, maybe even globally. I'm getting something with like volcano eruptions. That could be literal things that are going on in the universe, but I mean in the planet. But I'm getting this metaphor of no matter what is going on around you, no matter what the chaos is to stay grounded. What are these flowers, y'all? Can y'all tell me? Can y'all see these in the middle? that this person is holding. I want to say they're tulips, but no, not tulips. Excuse me. No, not tulips. What are these flowers? I don't know if these are. I don't know what these flowers are called. Magnolias, maybe. There's something significant with these specific flowers. Like I always tell people to research, like if I'm drawn to a certain flower or something like that, to look up the spiritual meaning of it because it could have a deeper message, like unfolded. I'm well. Thank you so much, sis. I hope you're doing well too. Um, yeah, it's like no matter what the chaos is around you, it may seem like things are out of alignment or out of like disorder. You remain in peace. And I am getting something about global energy, like global issues. I don't know if you're heavily affected by things going on in the planet or if you keep up with things like that. Like not just hearing it like, oh, I open my Facebook or I open my news feed and it just pops up, but it's like you're really concerned about it, about what's going on in the world. And it's like no matter what is going on, remain in your peace, remain in your center. Since you have this deck, Tawanda, look up the 5 of Wands and see if it tells you what. I don't even know if it tells you what kind of flowers these are. Maybe screenshot it. I don't know. You can like Google image search it and see if you can figure out what these flowers are called, because I've seen these. They're very common flowers, but I don't know the name of them. It's like no matter what is happening, like keep your center, find your peace, water and nurture your garden, keep some peace for yourself. It's almost like this bouquet can represent like appreciation for self, but also being able to extend or give, flowers to others as well. So it's like if you feel someone needs that nurturing, give it away. If you have it, give it to yourself, because I'm feeling like no matter what is happening in the universe, whatever's happening in the earth right now, to stay grounded, stay in that peace, because I don't even feel like you're heavily affected. It's like you have the ability to transmute the energy that you feel around you, right? um Good discernment around when it's not your energy or when it's collective energy, and it's like I hold space for the collective as I hold space for myself. It's a beautiful affirmation I'm hearing. It's like as I hold space for the world or hold space for the collective, I have space and I hold space for myself as well, or two, whatever resonates. They look like lilies. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you. I know that was like a quick, straight to the point reading. Um, how can Ashley? So I'm gonna go ahead and move down to Ashley's message. How can Ashley work on / heal her social anxiety? Hmm. Let's tap in. It's a lot going on in collective, Tawanda. It is. It's like something, and it seems like the start of the year. I don't know if anybody ever notices that, but it seems like for whatever reason, like at the start of the year, there's always some shit popping off. Always, almost always. Excuse me. That's what they are. All right. Thank you, Sam, for finding that. Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know, child. I don't know. I've seen them. I don't know the name of them. Let's see. What she needs to do to work on or heal her social anxiety. Wow. You have the 8 of Cups in reverse. I don't know if this is just the way I had it, but we're going to take it in reverse. But I'm going to turn it upright so I can see. So the 8 of Cups came out for you, Ashley. There is sometimes when you feel this emotional intensity, um it's like the social anxiety that you pick up, that you feel. I'm getting two things, because dolphins sometimes for me represent telepathy, also represents like social relationships or friendships, divine partnerships or connections. And then there's a dove here, and doves can represent the Holy Spirit or just divine messages or prophecy. So I'm kind of getting this energy that it's a few things going on at once. You might be able to feel and sense other people's energy. So like let's say there's somebody around you that's stressed out and they're carrying that energy and you're like sitting next to them or you're talking to them. There's a lot of conversations happening without words. So it's like an energetic conversation or dialogue happening, or you can sense it, you can feel a person's energy on top of your own energy. So if you feel emotionally overwhelmed and on top of that, you're sensing other people's energy, maybe not directed towards you, but just like what's going on in their energy field, and they're like y'all in that same space energetically, it will cause that, I feel. So this could be a part of your intuitive energy, intuitive nature. I would channel this energy, like help to balance it out by processing your emotions of what's yours and what's not yours. And this is an intuitive exercise for you as well to discern energy. So, kind of like on a spiritual and mundane level, it's like on a or just like on a practical level, something that you can do is to sit with your emotion. Like in that moment when you feel overwhelmed, it's like, okay, let me kind of center myself, like right here in the moment. Let me chill out. What's going on with me? Is it literally fear and flight, fight or flight energy, or is this like me feeling overwhelmed by energy around me? What's going on inside of me right now emotionally? It's like you got to learn to discern how to process your emotions a little bit. um Obviously, like I'm not a licensed therapist or whatever to just be, tell you how to handle anxieties, like in that sense on a professional medical level. But just, you can take it as entertainment purposes. Of course, I'm not a medical healthcare physician, but I feel like it's being able to center yourself and process your emotions, what's yours and what's not yours. Because I feel like it's not always like your energy, it's other people's energies, and you're kind of taking that in or you're feeling it, or it's kind of like if you were let's say you're a piece of tape, right? Some sticky paper or something sticky, and you go into a space and there's like all this lint, and so it's going to fall onto your piece of paper. It's like you're in an environment where there's a lot of energy particles floating around and shit like that, vibrations happening. And if you're someone that is spiritually like in tune or aware, or you have a certain gift, I'm getting like clairsentience or something like that, or even a mixture of clairsentience, clairvoyance, maybe even clairaudience. But it's like when you're those three energies are very like high level for you, you're picking up other people's frequencies in a way that it's almost like you feel it. Like you, oh my God. Sometimes I feel like I be like doing too much with my messages. I'm trying to keep it simplistic, but it's like you're taking those energies almost as your own and you're filtering through them or something. It's almost like it's a what's mine and what's yours. And if you're not aware of what's happening, it's like you're taking it and it's like, oh my God, what is this? What is this? Why am I feeling like this? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Or I'm in my head. I'm thinking it's something along the lines of that. So I hope that makes sense or is helpful, or leads you to the right direction with processing that. But um yeah, that was interesting. Okay. Sam, yours is general. Elise, whatever comes up, no specific. So Sam and Elise, you want something general. I'm still missing a fairy. Anybody? Hey Mina. Hey sis. I need one more fairy actually. I need one more fairy. Someone to leave a fairy emoji in the chat. I need one more fairy. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I feel like that sometimes at work too. Not only is it overstimulating with the people in my work environment, but also the customers. Because you're taking on their energy. And that's why I'd be like putting that protective shield at my workstation so that that energy doesn't affect me, like it'll just roll off my shoulder, you know what I mean? And not just like the exchanges I'm having with customers, but the people that's around me and coming in and out the door. That's a lot of different vibrations, and it's best, like I try to remind myself to cleanse my energy when I come home. That's another thing that you can do as well. Cleanse your energy, shield your energy before you go to work and when you leave work. All right, Sam, what is your general message? Yeah, you could bring like a crystal and put it on your desk or wear it on you, like in your pocket or something like that. You can wear an amulet or something like clear shield, or you could say a prayer or do all the above, whatever resonates, and put that protective shield over you before you go into work. Um, to ground your energy. And when you have time, when you take a break, allow yourself to, like, if you're able to leave the building or whatever, take a break and use that time to center and like just, you know, don't carry that with you, especially when you go home from work. Don't carry anything on you heavy. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot. It got so deep. Like, I was, because I'm like, oh, I'm back in the matrix, I guess, but no, it's very, I noticed from, like, when I wasn't so aware of energy and of myself and other people, how overwhelmed it was, and I didn't really know what was going on and how to process it. Now it's like I'm very sensitive to it because I'm hyper aware of it now. So I know, okay, this is what I need to do. But yet and still, it's like a whole level of understanding of the type of energy. It's almost like I can, based off of the work that I do, it's like you can kind of pinpoint what type of energies you're going to be interacting with based off of what you do. So, like, obviously, if it has something to do with money, if it has something to do with any type of customer service, or anything where you're interacting with people socially, it's kind of like the type of work that you do. You can kind of pinpoint what type of energies you're going to get. You might get a lot of anxiousness energy coming from customers. You might get a lot of people that are upset, angry, and then you kind of have to learn how to discern, okay, with this type of customer, and not every customer is the same, but this type of customer, if they're like frustrated, upset, angry, maybe even combative, you don't match their energy. You keep it cool, you keep it calm, collected. And if you keep that same tone, they're either going to be like, okay, cool, let me come back to center, I'm tripping, or they're going to be like, oh, you're not matching my energy. Well, I'm going to hang up on you. I don't want to talk to you. Okay, cool, bye. Then you have those customers that just want to get the job done. They want help. They're easygoing. Cool, let's get it. Then there's those that might be a little worried, a little frantic, like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Your reassurance and your tone, how you manage that. It's like knowing how to understand energies and stuff like that, and voices, like voice tones, words and verbiage is everything. And that is a lot of energy. I understand, because when I leave, I'm like, oh my God. And that's why people be stressed out, because it's a lot of energy that you're putting out there in, child, whether it's face-to-face customer service, whether it's over the phone customer service, whether it's chat customer service, or whatever job you're doing, you're still exchanging energy with people. You know, it's crazy. Now you do child support. Ooh, good luck with that, child. Ooh. Social work. Ooh. Mm. You gotta be a soldier to work in the social work because, oh my God, and child support, I can only imagine. Yeah. But Sam, you got Princess of Pentacles. So you got a lot of protective energy, and it looks like in the animal realm. So I would pay attention to all the animal totems that have been resonating with you lately. Maybe even animal totems that have always resonated with you, could be your favorite animals. I feel like this represents different aspects of you as a person, your instincts, how you maneuver in the world. Could be like your survival mode, kind of like not lower chakras in a sense of like lower self in a negative space, but more so just like your earthly self, how you process, how you maneuver, how you move in the world might be something instinctual connected to these different animals. Okay. So, like, I'm seeing, this looks like a beaver. This looks like a swan here, a bunny rabbit, a porcupine, a grizzly bear, a fox, some deers, some butterflies. So these could represent different things. There's also some fairies up in here too, like some little child looking like fairies. So these energies can represent the many facets of yourself. Okay. She has these weird, like squiggly sigil type things on her face, on her chest. So it's almost like you're unlocking like certain things maybe that you're coming across, or that maybe you will come across, like certain animals. Let's say the animal passes your path. You don't usually see deers, but a deer just happens to be like at the park or something. I don't know. It depends on where you live. Or you see a fox, or you see a coyote somewhere where you're taking a hike or something. I don't feel like if you're crossing certain animals, or you're seeing them, or they're coming to you, or you constantly keep seeing bumper stickers with grizzly bears on them, that's not by coincidence. There's something within a message with those animals also too, that represent different aspects of yourself. And I also feel like this is connected to cycles of life too. So like how you've handled certain things, how you are handling certain things, maybe what you'll be called, or how you're called to handle things in your life, um especially as you grow and as you change and as you evolve. Yeah, because I seen something really dope. I know I'll be going off topic, but it's not really off topic. But someone, a girl that I follow, she posted something really dope. It made me think. And she was talking about how, like, when people try to find their place in the world, or their purpose, in short, she was saying that we create these boxes, like a box of, oh, I'm a tarot reader, I'm a sound healer, I'm a wife, I'm a husband, I'm a mother, I'm a father, I'm a blah 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 blah, right? And you put these yourself in these boxes, and you find a hard time trying to identify your true self, your true purpose within all these different facets. But it's like, start embracing, and this is me inserting my opinion in that. This isn't something that she said, but I say you don't have to put yourself in a box at all. You know, you don't have to put yourself in a box if you're someone that is, for a long time. Let me say this as an example, like as a true example. For a long time, I used to beat myself up for being someone that was very quiet, because not quiet always for because I'm shy or something like that, because it's not always necessarily that I'm shy. It's just more so of a chill, reserved. I don't feel the need to have to always, talk to every single person, or always have something to say. There's times where I'm comfortable just chilling and being in the background and observing and listening and taking things in. And if I feel guided or led to insert myself or express myself, I will, right? And I've noticed that sometimes I would feel like, oh, maybe I need to be more of the talkative type like everybody else, or get in, and that's that trying to fit in thing. And sometimes people will say, like, oh, she's stuck up, she thinks she's all that. And I would conduct myself in a way, I would notice that I would conduct myself in a way of trying to hide in the back, or play it small, or not do too much. Like, oh, if I want to do something to my hair, I'm not going to do it because I don't want nobody thinking, oh, I'm trying to be something, or I'm doing too much, or I'm trying to be seen, or dress up, or do this, or wear makeup, or not, or jewelry, whatever. Or, talk to somebody, it could be a man, even though it could be just a common normal conversation. It doesn't have to be flirting or anything, but it's like, oh, I don't want girls starting stuff, just because of past experiences of people misinterpreting your energy. And what I've noticed is that the wrong people will misinterpret your energy. People that don't have a problem with me, they'll talk to me, because I'll be thinking, oh, maybe it's something with my inner, maybe I do look mean, maybe I am acting stuck up, or even if that's not my intention, sometimes people can give off an energy, right? And I'll be thinking like, oh, maybe it's something I'm doing. But no, if it's really that, why are people, comfortable? There's some people that's comfortable talking to me, or like, complimenting, or whatever. Those that are not for you, are not supposed to see, they're not going to understand you. So why play yourself down? Why put yourself in a box? And that's just an example. But I would beat myself up for being the introverted extrovert, because like when I get comfortable, I am an extrovert. Like, you can't stop me from talking or doing whatever the fuck. I'm just like a little kid. Like, if I want to dance, sing, whatever, I don't give a fuck who's around. I'm goofy. But when I'm in a setting where I'm just like, okay, I'm adjusting, I'm discerning, I'm, warming up, I'm getting to know, like, I'm like a flower. It's going to take time for me to like blossom, open up. you know? And I would shame myself for that for a long time. And it's like, no, it's okay to be that have those layers. You don't have to be one thing or be like this or be like that. Thank you so much, Mina. You are my last fairy. You can leave your question, sis, if you're still on. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. I hope that makes sense. I know I'll be going off topic sometimes. It seems like I go off topic, but yeah. A black squirrel. Wow. I've never seen that before. Yeah, exactly. That's beautiful. Yeah, a lot of times people say it's like, I don't want to make it like, oh, we getting into the color stuff, the race thing, but I do notice that people kind of have a stereotype of what they think people should be like, or a black woman should present herself this way, and if she doesn't, she's this or she's that, or if she expresses that she's upset with something, she's an angry black woman. If she's a quiet, kind of quirky, you know, she's weird, or she's stuck up, she thinks she's better. um if you're a Latina and you speak a certain way, oh, they're loud, they're combative, like all these stereotypes that people put on in how you maneuver in the world. And it's like, if you really go off of just like your own individuality, yeah, you might have people that's still stuck in a box and think, oh, that's inappropriate, you shouldn't be this way, or you should be like this, to fit their comfortability of these boxes that they place you in or place other people in, and think that, oh, if you step outside a script, there's something about you, I don't know if I like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's colorful in their own energy and their own being. And it doesn't work when we try to, like, it doesn't work for me, at least. Trying to fit in has never worked for me. Never. It's never worked out. Never. It has never worked. It does not work. So yeah. But yeah, that's your reading, sis. So Miss I gotta go back. My bad. Elise, yeah, you wanted a general as well. A general message for Elise. Tawanda, Sam, Ashley, Elise, and one more, right? Samantha, Ashley, Elise, Tawanda. Yeah, you're very welcome. All right, so general messages for Elise. The Emperor. Ooh, I liked it. I love the energy in these cards. I don't know why I don't use these often. These cards are like really, they be speaking really loud, very clear, really with my spirit. So it's giving like lion. It's giving strength card energy. It's giving chariot card energy too. With that emperor, very fiery energy. I'm getting this energy of power and authority. Like, yes, it does pay to be in divine alignment and follow divine guidance and instructions that you're guided to. But there's also like, you can command energy to move and flow in a way that is healthy and in alignment with you and your truth. And with that Aries energy of the emperor, the first house, the self-identification aspect of that is coming through. Also with the chariot card energy, with these two horses, the black and white horse, this makes me think about the energy of like deep healing. If I'm not mistaken, I be pronouncing this so wrong. It's an asteroid. The chariot card actually represents not just Cancer, but it also represents the asteroid of, is it Tryon, Charon? I don't know how to pronounce it. Please forgive me. Um, because when that asteroid was first discovered, it was in the placement of Cancer. So that energy, I feel like there's a lot of powerful energy healing. Maybe you are healing around being in your power, being in your authority. Could be like healing some mother wounds, healing some like deeply seated wounds, maybe when it comes to feeling the lack, like not feeling nurtured, not feeling compassionate. Yes, that asteroid, at least, yes. Um, Not feeling nurtured, not feeling protected, maybe in the past, could also be an energy of healing family wounds and trauma, not just mother wounds. But there's something around commanding and being in your divine authority, and not in a harsh, heavy, tyrant type of approach, but more so from a place of power of who you are and what you deserve, what you will take and what you will not take, what you will receive and what you won't receive, right? Um, there's something powerful about this energy to me, and it's very healing, or it's through this healing, because I'm getting like that placement specifically with that asteroid and Cancer energy. um I would look up the meaning of Cancer in that asteroid specifically and see if it resonates with you to some degree. Maybe even look in that placement in Leo and Aries too, and see if that resonates with you. But I feel like this is like a powerful healing, um that comes through dealing with certain wounds, deep wounds. Like I said, I'm getting like Cancer energy, so the fourth house, the mother wounds, the family wounds, not feeling protected, not feeling safe, not feeling that compassion or nurturing that you've always wanted or deserved. And it's like once you heal that, it's like it unlocks a certain level of power within you, or authority, or something when it comes to how you see yourself in your power, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that is your reading, sis. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do, 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 do. Mine too, sis. So is mine. That's why I'm like, I know that a little. So wow, you got a Mars in Aries. Damn. Wow, very powerful energy. By the way, you got the job. Oh, hey Ashley, I didn't see that. Hey, I told you, sis. I told you. Congratulations. Hey, I'm happy for you. I know that was a little bit of a journey. You had to go through some things, but you got it. See? That's what's up. Okay. Did I read everyone? Because I don't feel like I did. I feel like I'm missing someone. So Wanda, Samantha, Ashley, Elise. I was still waiting for one more. I need y'all to drop a question. I think Lucid and Awake. You're welcome. I did call Mina's name, but I don't think she's still on here. Lucid and Awake. You're welcome, Ashley. Are you still on here? Because if not, we can go ahead and jump right into the collective read, because I'm already like almost 40 minutes in. We haven't even got to the collective reading yet. But sometimes y'all know how I get with my readings, like they can get quite lengthy. Because it'd be like a message within a message. Yes, I'm glad. I'm happy that it worked out. It was worth it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you excel. I hope you grow in the company. So I'm just gonna jump into the collective. Oh, what? Never mind. Thank you, Lucid and Awake. I appreciate that. Um, if you would like to be the last fairy, because I called out some names and they're not responding, so I don't think they're still on here. Lucid and Awake, if you want to leave your question or topic for the one card free pool, and then we can jump into the collective read. Where is my sister watching? Or my daughter? I don't know what they watching. Sound like some old Dave Chappelle skit music or something. I don't know. Somebody playing it. It smells like a video game from back in the day. Okay. Did you have a specific question or you just want to leave it open around that? I don't know if you guys ever tried this, but this is so good. It's Kona Big Wave Liquid Aloha. This is some good ass beer. I mix it in with like a margarita, like top it off. I don't know if you guys are familiar with like margaritas or beer ritas. Some of them, if you're using Coronas, it's Corona ritas or something like that. But I like this. I'm not a beer person. I actually like Corona though. Not a beer person. Sometimes I might drink those little apple ale type, things, but this is good. I like this. And I just be little drizzle on top of my margarita and we're good to go. All right, so Miss, I'm assuming you're a miss, my bad. If you're not, I'm passionate, but it's like things are against me. What am I supposed to do? Go. Must I continue? Well, let's see. What's the energy around this? The energy. Mm. I want you to see how these cards are. I don't know if you can like tell that it's almost like this doesn't want to go back and this doesn't want. It's like a block. I feel like that's the energy. So we're gonna see what's up with that. Is this in reverse or is my deck in reverse? This might be my deck, but I'm gonna take that note. The Six of Cups was in reverse. There's some sort of I feel like you have more room to grow when it comes to your spiritual journey. So you might still be kind of awakening to certain things. It's almost like it's like your energy could be on the right like track or vibration where it's like this childlike energy. It's almost like a place of I'm excited, I'm willing, I'm ready. But there is some sort of blockages like spirit may be trying to teach you something so you don't repeat something again. So it doesn't have to be like connected to your craft that you're repeating something or you keep having the same result or block, but it's like life experiences. There could be something with the inner child. Um, I get grounding as well. Like you might be called to ground your energy as well. Like you don't want to be too up in the spiritual stuff where you're not in it in a grounded way. It's okay to be like open and playful with it, lighthearted with it, but at the same time, it's like there might be things that you still need to awaken to, things that maybe you still need to experience, and maybe not hands on with your craft, but more so from life experience, if that makes sense. Things that you have yet to awaken to. So you might be a baby at something, or it's like you're at the genesis of it, and there's still room for growth. I hope I'm making sense when I say that. I don't feel like anything's working against you. Not at all. It's almost like if you let your kids outside and you don't tell them or you don't give them rules like, hey, y'all need to come in when this is the old school way. But if y'all don't come back before the street lights come on, you in big trouble, right? It's like a parent that doesn't watch it. Some of them parents that just let their kids just do whatever. They don't pay attention. They just be off in their own world somewhere, just letting their kids just run amok. It's like if spirit or just like your divine team just didn't care and just let you just do whatever, you probably would be in probably some negative situations. So this does feel like a little bit of spiritual protection involved as well. Okay. It's like a balance of spiritual development and growth, but also keeping that like bright eyed spirit about it. Does that make sense? Balancing that energy out. Knowing that there may be things that you have yet to understand or awaken to, or that you're still processing, you're still learning. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so that was the fairy reads. We've been on here a little too long, but it's okay. Let's get to the collective read, and we are at 45 minutes Okay. All right. So this collective read, you guys, this collective read is centered around the heart chakra, healing the heart chakra, healing any wounds. You're welcome. So my intentions for this was to help, help others, including myself, when it comes to healing emotional wounds, embracing self-love, opening the heart to give and receive love freely. So I feel like this is not just meant for romance. Of course, it could be for anyone, whether you're single, you're in a relationship, you just broke up, like it doesn't matter. So this is just about the journey of emotional and spiritual growth, okay, and healing. So let's tap into the first thing, which is what's blocking your heart chakra. What is blocking the heart chakra? Collectively, of those who are meant to resonate and receive this message in their own unique way. First card out is the Six of Swords. There might be something that you haven't yet moved away from, what it's almost like it's almost like, this sounds so weird, but it's like you are past it. Like you're no longer in the energy of the situation, but it's like you're still mentally carrying the energy and maybe even emotionally carrying the energy of it, if that makes sense. There's a lot of animals in this deck, and the killer whale, it's almost giving like Free Willy vibes. So I don't know if Free Willy might resonate with somebody, or if there's a message in that, or the killer whale. What are they called? Orcas. There might be a message even with them as well. From my understanding, they aren't too friendly, if I'm not mistaken. They're not the most friendly energies. I'm hearing frenemy. This is so weird, but I'm gonna go with what I'm picking up. If you guys work with Kyrie shells or feel any pull towards Kyrie shells, or you already work with Kyrie shells, I'm getting like get like a bowl, not like any bowl, like something in your kitchen or some plastic Tupperware bowl, but like something that has significance, or something that you can put on your altar space. Fill it up with Kyrie shells if you can, and write your cares and your worries or whatever you're having a hard time moving away from, and put it in that bowl. I don't know why. Um, Maybe for 6 weeks to maybe at the most 6 months. 6 months honestly was the first thing that came to me, but it might not be that extensive, but it could be 6 weeks. 6 weeks or 6 months. Write out all your cares and your worries in a paper and fold it away from you. Like, don't fold it towards you. Fold the piece of paper away from you. Stuff it in that bowl filled of Kyrie shells, and dedicate those shells to your divine team for your cares to be taken away from you. Whatever it is that you're mentally having a hard time moving on from or moving away from, especially and specifically for some of you that are dealing with frenemies of the past, or you're still, that's still a thing in your mind, or someone that backstabbed you or hurt you, bit you, spiritually bit you, energetically, bit you in the back. Interesting. So yeah, this is something major. Maybe not too major, but it is blocking you nonetheless. Yeah, that was very specific. Yeah. What kind Kyrie shell? So like these genuine ones. So it's spelled like cow, Cowrie, Kyrie shells. You could probably find these at Amazon, but you want to make sure you're getting like genuine ones, because some of them I think are like beads. They're not real Kyrie shells. The genuine ones you can always tell because they usually have like a back like this, flat, open. Yeah, because that was very specific. I know, like that really was. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Kyla. Yeah, that's how you spell Kyrie shows. Yes, Kyrie shows. You're welcome. Have faith in energy healing. So it says let go and recharge. So maybe more than one chakra, you feel needs your attention. You have faith, believe in yourself, in your highest power. Okay. You need some nurturing. And it's okay to admit that to yourself that you desire nurturing. Like sometimes like I was honest with one of my family members. I was like, I really just need a hug. Like, I don't know the last time I've had like a really genuine, like big mama type of hug. Like, them hug, like from a mothering, nurturing energy. Sometimes that energy may not come from a woman. It could be a male energy that has that mother, like nurturing, comforting, nurturing type of essence and energy. Sometimes people just need a hug for real. Like, it's nothing wrong with saying, like, I want nurturing outside of myself, from the right energies, from the right people, of course, the right energies. What energy wants to flow through your heart? What energy wants to flow through your heart? What is it? Collectively, divine spirit, our divine team, our angels. Mm. We got 3 cards. We got the Wheel of Fortune. We got the 9 of Wands. And the 5 of Wands is now in reverse because it did come up upright in one of the fairy reads. So what energy wants to flow through your heart? Change. The winds of change, the energy of change wants to flow through your heart. And you have a lot of divine beings that's working and helping you with your path. It's somewhere that you got to get to. And that's why it's like the heart chakra, it needs its healing, it needs its opening for a multitude of reasons. But specifically in this season, or specifically if for some of you guys have dealt with a imbalance in your heart space, in your heart chakra, it's blocking some sort of forward movement in your life, or some sort of blessing, or some sort of path or purpose for you. With the 5 of Wands and the 9 of Wands, there might be a lot of resistance to what it takes to change. And if it's not what it takes to change that you're resistant to, it could be like, I've been there, done that. Like, I just keep going through the same process. I keep going through the same cycles. Why does these same things keep happening to me? Why do I keep experiencing the same things over and over and over again? And it could also be that you have a hard time trusting and discerning intentions of others, because you have these 2 wolves here. It's like, is one of these wolves good or bad? And it's not getting that black and white necessarily has to be good or bad, or that it has to be what's right or what's wrong. But sometimes, like, we can look at things from that perspective of trying to weigh it out, like, oh, if this is good, if this is bad. To an extent of, we might put it in a box. Like I said, humans, we tend to put things in boxes. Oftentimes things that are black are labeled something negative or evil. Something that is white is considered pure or good, right? When it could be that white energy could represent neutrality, or black energy can represent something of power, something that is yet to be discovered or hidden, where the white energy can also represent something that is aware, illuminated, right? It could be anything. But if we're just putting it in a black and white space or box, or this is good, this is bad, or this is right, or this is wrong, your filter of discernment is going to keep you in that limbo state, if that makes sense, right? um so there could be a little bit of resistance or fear when it comes to trusting yourself, knowing your power, believing in yourself, or trusting yourself. So the energy that wants to flow through you is this shift, this change, and you have a lot of divine hands assisting you with that. This almost has a lot of Native American symbolic energy. I keep seeing wolves and grizzly bears and eagles. So this could be, excuse me, something significant for those of you that are Native American, indigenous. So I'm going to clarify with the oracle. What energy wants to flow through your heart? What energy wants to flow through your heart? I keep putting my cards upside down. My bad. I'm not going to read this oracle card in reverse, but it says victory and success. Get or go bigger, higher, and bolder. I can barely see this because it's like dark writing. I don't know if y'all, or like red background. It's like clashing with this pink light. But this is this energy right here. It's telling you to keep going. You're very close. Sometimes you can think you've exhausted all of your options, or it's like, oh, I keep doing the same thing. Oh, nothing's gonna change. It's not true. Trust yourself. Yeah. I don't know if y'all can see that. Trust yourself. Appreciate your inner wisdom. Yeah. It's like you second guess sometimes. And this energy that wants to flow through your heart is for you to trust yourself. And at the bottom of the deck, you have passion and love. Ignite your wild desires. Okay. This gives me sacred heart vibes, the Christ consciousness energy, which does have a lot of symbolic energy around the heart chakra. Greetings. How are you? What's up, sis? I'm glad you're on the live. Shout out to my sis Soul Rebel Nation. Y'all should check out her content as well. All right. So let's tap into how can you heal and reconnect with love? How can you heal and reconnect with love? How can you do that? Let's tap in. Let's see. How can we heal and reconnect with love as a collective? Thank you. The King of Swords. Wow, interesting. The King of Swords, his shield kind of looks like a pentacle, which is interesting. And I feel like, again, this is knowing one's worth and value. How do you connect with love fully is knowing your worth and knowing your value. There's nothing wrong with knowing your worth and your power in a sense, because like sometimes we get taught that, oh, that's cocky, you think too much of yourself. No, there's a difference between cockiness and self-awareness, or knowing yourself, you know what I mean, being in tune with yourself, believing in yourself, truly loving yourself, showing up for yourself. You know, I say that people that have a problem with you loving and honoring yourself, they may not honor and love their own selves. And it's like, who are you to do that? You know, it makes them feel like, oh, well, they got to come up. And it has nothing to do with competing and comparing, which when you're in a lower vibration, it will trigger that in some people, right? Or that will be triggered within the self. But when you're in that space of where you love yourself, when you truly love you, this is how you know when you truly love yourself is when other people's celebration, other people's wins, other people's shine and love of themselves does not trigger you or make you feel some type of way about yourself. It's like you can celebrate it too. You know what I mean? Or you can recognize that within them and see that within them without feeling some type of way about it. Or you'll clap for them too. Or their win is your win. If it's people that you're close to, it's like, if this is my family, their win is my win. If this is my friend, their win is my win. If this is my partner, their win is my win. This is, you know what I mean? Like, you know the difference between that. So if you don't know your worth, you're not going to be able to fully allow real love in, because it's the safeguard. Like, you're trying to protect yourself. And even if you think you're opening up to love, you find yourself, because we can trick ourselves sometimes by thinking, oh, I'm opening up because I'm connecting with someone, or I think I'm connecting. But if you still have those traumas and those wounds where you don't know your worth, you're just trauma bonding. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta be very careful. We gotta be very self-aware. Some, like, to the point where we catch ourselves up when we lying to ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, the whole time we're thinking, oh, because like I said, I'm connecting with this person and we like each other. But if there's this energy of a toxic trauma bond going on, you're not in your fullest potential. You don't know your worth. You're still playing small just for somebody to like you or stay with you or, choose you. You don't love yourself enough. You don't know your worth fully yet. Because if you did, you wouldn't even feel the need to perform or place yourself in this position of, okay, I gotta pinch pieces of myself off just so this person can stay or like me. Sometimes that shit is subconscious. You don't even know that's what you're doing sometimes. You'll be like, oh, I really wanna go for I want to take social justice classes, but I don't want this person to think that I'm combative or I'm this woke person when, they might be somebody that doesn't think about stuff like that in society. They just go along with things. They don't question things. That's not the person for you. If you got to pinch off parts of yourself that you value, things that you stand for, that's not the person for you. If you find yourself compromising, that is how you know you're out of alignment. It ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And that just isn't romantic. That can just be friendship, social connections in general. You got to be real and you got to be authentic with yourself. And that is not always an easy thing. It's not. Let me clarify this before I move on to the next section or reading. Oh, you have preparation, plant seeds for the future. Yeah, you got to be a prude. What I mean by prude, prudent. I love that word. I love the word prudent because when people like make fun of people and say, "Oh, you're a prude," it's not like a sexual context. It's more so if I care about my future. Like whatever actions I take today, how are these actions going to affect me later? Right? So when a person says, "Oh, you're a prude because you're not giving it up," that's a person, the person that's not giving up their goods is somebody that cares about their future. Like I'm not going to give my goods away to somebody that I don't feel fully safe to trust, or I don't feel like this is the right situation. I don't feel that deeper intimacy, emotional intimacy, spiritual intimacy, mental. I don't feel that with you, so I can't give that physical sexual intimacy with you. If I don't connect, right? That's a person that cares about the future of their actions, right? So, same thing when you value yourself, when you know yourself, you have that wisdom of your worth and your value. You're not wasting your time, you're not wasting your years, you're preparing for things of the future. You're not going to plant seeds in gardens where things is not going to grow, or they're just going to get cut off. The life is going to be sucked out of it because it's in the wrong environment, the wrong situations, right? The wrong intentions. So hopefully that makes sense. So let's go ahead. A message from your higher self about love. What are some messages from your higher self about love? What is our higher selves? Okay. Again, the King of Swords came out again. The King of Swords sometimes does remind me of Archangel Michael. That divine protective energy. But in this instance, I do get a very self-protective vibe, but not protective in a sense of like guarded and I'm not open, I don't trust, I'm in fear, I'm in doubt. More so of I'm guarding something of value, right? I'm not I'm not just going to be foolish with something that is very high valued and pricey, right? I'm not just going to leave it somewhere. Like if I know I got a very expensive handbag, I'm not going to step away and leave it somewhere and then, oh, can you watch this for me? I'm about to go to the bathroom and just leave it in a public space and just hope that it's going to be there. You know what I mean? If I value something, I'm going to protect it because I know the value of it, right? And in this instance, we're not talking about material things. We're talking about our energy, our essence, our value, and what we come with. If I know the value of myself, I'm just not going to put myself in anybody's hands. I'm not just going to be letting people treat me any kind of old way. I'm not going to even entertain playing myself small anymore because I value myself too much because I know the value of myself. And it's not tied to the things that you can strip off or that will melt away or that will wrinkle away one day or that something that can be repossessed one day, something that can be lost in a fire one day, right? My worth is not tied to something that later on I could get fired or a company can shut down or close. Like my worth is not tied to that. It's not even tied to just being a mother. That could be a part of it. That's a very beautiful thing. Or being a father or being something for your community. Those are very beautiful things to stand on. But the things that you can't take away from you, which usually are things about your energy, your essence, your character, your heart, your mind, those things that aren't material, things that aren't physical, that is what your worth is based on, is the things that you can't take away from you. What makes you you? What separates you from everyone else? And then maybe once you start to break those inner things down, then you'll be like, oh, well, I'm your unique person. There's nobody that looks exactly like me, doesn't have my same fingerprints or, my eyes or my voice. Like there might be people that sound like me because some people that, your family members, you kind of sound alike sometimes. Like you sound like, oh, you sound like your sister or you sound like your mama or your daddy or whatever, right? There could be those instances, but you can start doing that. Like, oh, okay, I'm a really good track runner. There's nobody that can outrun me or whatever. You could start placing those material things. I'm the best law, a law attorney or whatever in my firm, blah, 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 blah. I don't know, whatever, right? But the things that cannot be stripped from you, you want to focus on the value and worth of those, okay? Those things. So your higher self, that's the message to you. I'm gonna pull from this oracle just to clarify that message. The soulmate card. Oh, okay. What does it say? I cannot read this. Romantic love fills your heart. Okay, it's safe for you to open up to love as well. Some of you guys already have somebody that lights that fire, lights that flame for you. You know what I'm saying? And you for them. This is a mutual burn. This is a mutual fire of energy, fire and desire. What is that? That's Rick James and Tina Marie. The Fire and Desire song just, yeah, it's funny. That song just popped up in my head. So if you listen to that song, it's like these two people, like two wounded motherfuckers. Like if you really listen to that song, Fire and Desire by Rick James and Tina Marie, they both telling their story in the beginning of like they was like these players, right? They thought they, they had it going on and they connected. Like these two people connected. And it was like you turned on my fire. Like you lit something in me that no one else did. And fire can represent transmutative energy, can represent passion, can represent transmutation, it can represent creativity, vitality, but it can also be chaotic, destructive, a little too hot and heavy. But if the energy, if it shifts you, if you come across a love that shifts two people, that pulls them out of whatever their trauma is, whatever their blockages are, their toxicity is, like that is a very powerful connection. And if you haven't come across that, you might be coming across that real soon. If you have that, be grateful for that connection, whether that's a lifelong connection or it's a seasonal connection that was meant to activate you. Be grateful for it. You know, you were listening to it on repeat. That song is fire. Like if you really listen, no puns. But if you really listen to that song, it's like old school music be hitting different. I really hate it for us sometimes that we'll never be able to get that. But we have that it exists in the universe, so we can always go back in time when we play those songs. So you know what I mean. But yeah, that song is fire. Literally. Um, hmm. What actions, or sorry, not what actions, my bad, I'm skipping. We did, what does your higher self want you to know? So, what awaits you on the other side of healing? And I kind of already tapped into that, I think, but we just gonna ask spirit because, it might be a little bit more detailed, more, you know, what awaits in love or just in general as you embrace this healing. I just dropped a whole bunch of cards. But the magician flipped face upwards. So let me see what else. Hold on. The Ace of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles. And there's two more that flipped face down. Or three, my bad. The Temperance. Wow. They trying to leave it with a bang. The Ten of Cups. What? Wow. The Eight of Swords in reverse. With the bald eagle. So there could be something with that. Prophetic energy. Spirit does not want you to worry, and I almost don't want to even like go into this or even say this because like a whole nother thing. There might be some things that happen, within the next 8 months here. If you live in the US, there could be some transitions or some things that might put people in a headspace of feeling stuck, feeling fearful, worried, kind of thinking too far out in the future, kind of like what happened during the first pandemic we had in 2020, where it was like a frantic energy about your future because it's like everything needed to be readjusted. I'm not saying, and I'm not saying, I'm not saying, and I'm not saying that there will be or there won't be another pandemic, but it kind of gives a vibe of like something happening in America, I'm getting specifically, that could put people in this headspace where they might think that their chances of finding love is slim, or people falsely like projecting out into their future things that haven't even happened yet and worried about their love life not happening. Like, oh, well, what's gonna happen is it might even be just real far fetched. It might not even be nothing going on in the US to make you even, it might be something, but it's not something that heavily is going to affect everyone or affect you. Or it's like the talk about it could be a rumor, it could be false information or just propaganda, and it's like you start getting way ahead of it. Oh, well, what if this happens? Oh, well, since we have this president, what if this happens? And I'm never, it's like there's some sort of projection around that. But if it's not America, like I said, it's just a thought process of thinking too far out in the future and almost saying to yourself, I don't know if this is ever going to happen or ever going to manifest. A lot of you, it will manifest. I do see that. Like this rainbow is in a circle. It almost looks like a window, like something in the future, like a sneak peek of something in the future. It's like it's a promise. Like that promise has not, it's not going to stop. It's going to happen. The promise still stands. There's a rainbow here also in the Temperance. This is just about divine timing. You're still healing. Once you understand that you're the reason why love or the you might be wanting a baby. For some of you, that could be part of it. It's not just a partner. You want a family. You want a baby, or you want a new baby as well, or you want another child. Some of you guys, you already have a partner and you want a baby, or you want another baby. Like you want to have more. Same thing. Or you're completely single. And Spirit is saying that promise still stands. And the reason why it has not happened yet is not because there's something that you're doing wrong or something blocking you or something working against you. It's literally like certain things that you're needing to heal before it can happen. And when I say certain things, because it's not to say that, oh, you got to be 100% perfect, like right on, like check mark off the board, everything about you got to be. No, it's whatever is healthiest and best for you. It could even be intentions, things that you pray for. And it's like, okay, if that's the type of connection that you want, that's the type of energy you're looking for, that's what you on, then this is what we got to do to make that happen, to put us in the right vibration. Because it is not about, oh, this is going to happen in 2025 or 2026 or 2 weeks from now. It's not about that. The only time that when I get time sensitive energies, it's usually because the person is in the vibration of what needs to happen. And that's why that timeline is coming up. But if it's like hypothetical things like, it could happen in a few weeks. It could be because your energy is like really warm, but there's certain things that you got to do, or your energy's right on the money. And it's like, there's certain things that will align vibrationally with a certain time frame, right? But it's all about vibration at the end of the day. If nothing else, most important, it is vibration. So you're very close. Some of you guys are very close to a goal when it comes to, or a desire, a wish, a prayer happening. It's like with the Eight of Pentacles, you're very, very close. Okay. Pentacles, they take time, right? So you're at the Eight of Pentacles. It's like there's some things, there's some still a little bit of like tweaking, or still a little bit of work that is being done, but it's almost, excuse me, it's almost completed energetically. And this might feel like this has been a long journey, and I wouldn't doubt it. Like I said, the Eight of Pentacles, that looks like something that has been worked upon a long time. It's been perfected. And when I say perfected, doesn't mean that it just all just falls into place with according to plan in the way that we think it should and how we want it to. Always no, it falls in perfection, meaning in alignment of what's of the highest, best, and good. Sometimes that might be certain delays happening for protection, or certain people needing to be removed out of the picture. And that might not look like something that's perfect, right? But it's what's needed, it's what's necessary. If these are people in your life that will block your blessings, or are toxic for you, or you're toxic together, whatever's necessary, if spirit got to pluck you out of an environment that is toxic and not for you in ways that maybe you don't even know or see, that is what is in alignment. May not be what we prefer to happen. Oh, why couldn't it just have happened like this? If this wasn't a friendship that I was meant to be in, then why did I meet this friend, or why did I even date this person if they weren't doing all this shit, right? We start putting on our little temper tantrum. It's okay. It's okay. Spirit gets it. We're human. But when you kind of rise up a little bit within, like, looking at it from a more spiritual, mature state, you'll be able to see, okay, I understand why this had to be removed out of my life, or why this person was not for me, or you know what I mean? Like, I had to see that, I had to experience that needed to happen. But yeah, it's not far from you. There's a lot of doves too in these cards that we've been pulling, and this is a message from spirit. It's a prophecy that is coming to pass. And there's a rainbow also in the Ace of Cups. This is a promise, and it's on its way. It's not too far from you. It's like it's on its way. Spirit is telling you to keep going, like keep persevering, keep pushing. Look at your journey as an adventure. If you were reading a book, you're anticipating what the next chapters are going to be about. You're not going to get stuck and be like, "Oh my god, this person died in the book. I'm just going to stop reading it. Why did this have to happen? I don't want to read it anymore." And you just put the book down. You want to see what happened. You want to see what happens next. That's life. Like, you got to keep going. You can't get stuck in one chapter or one part of the chapter and just don't want to move forward or progress, or just say, "Oh, I'm just going to just sit here in this energy." No. Look at your journey as an adventure, meaning adventure doesn't always got to be, it's always going to be fun. Hey, it's a journey. It's a journey. It has its twists and turns. I don't know if I think this is a book. This was like a long time ago when I read this book, or they made us read this book back in school. I think it was called The Great Odyssey. I don't know why that's coming to me. That might mean something to somebody, or the word Odyssey might represent something. Am I saying that word right? I believe it is Odyssey. Like, come on now. Let's see. Anything else that wants to come through for the collective read? Ooh, okay, cards. Y'all just doing too much. You have wonder, and it says, open your eyes to new blessings. Yeah, you gotta shift your perspective to see the beauty in it. I want to leave y'all with this before we get into the ritual. And it's 11:01 here, and that number has been like stalking me lately. It is a very powerful number too that keeps popping up like ones. It's like manifestation. Things are like a window is opening. And I did a reading on this like a couple months ago maybe, where I talked about the number 11:01, traveling. Yes. Um but that number makes me think of like a door, like the 11, the first half of the number, the 11 getting to the 01. It's like the 11s represent a door that you got to get to, that you got to walk through. And that 0 represents that energy, that portal that you got to move into to manifest and create and birth out what it is that you wish for, or to step into that new chapter, a new cycle. If you think about the full card, it is the 0, it is the void, it is the womb space, that portal of creation, where the 1, which could be the phallic energy, the phallic symbol, that is the energy that creates the worlds, right? The seed that is planted into the womb space to even create. Because if you think about the number 1101, technically it's 3. There's 3 ones, 1, 1, and 1, 3. The energy of creation, the Empress. See where I'm going with this? Y'all following me? Y'all following y'all sis with the, I hope I'm making sense. Hope it's not going over people's head, but if y'all get it, you get it. It's a very powerful number. Just saying. All right. So that was a reading. I hope that was helpful and resonated with most of you guys, that it was meant to resonate with. So we're going to get into the heart chakra awakening ritual. Okay. Y'all got your journals out, your pens and your papers. You might want to do that. We are at 82:30. I think that is, I'll convert it later, the time. But yeah, we're gonna get into the ritual. If you guys have a journal, a pen and paper, y'all want to jot this down, you're more than welcome to. Okay. So I'm gonna read my notes here. So yeah, okay. So this ritual or spell, if you want to call it that, we're gonna call it a ritual. Is designed to heal and open your heart chakra, inviting love, forgiveness, and emotional balance into your life. So this energy is perfect for the season that we're in. It's perfect for self-love, healing a broken heart or mending a broken heart, and preparing to give and receive love freely. So what you're going to need is what did I do with my candles? Y'all get the visual. Where's my little pink candle I used last week as a demonstration on? Ow. This damn this rosemary trying to like stab me. This is a pink candle, but you're free to use a pink or green candle or both. If you want to get 2 standalone candles or 2 7-day burner candles, you're more than welcome. But if you, it really, I like to use pink for self-love energy. Preferably, it does have that energy of like pampering, kind of like that girly, Venus goddess energy. It's very attractive, very traditionally feminine. But if you're doing self-love, I would say pink is the preferred candle. For heart chakra work as a whole, like that heavy duty shit, I would use a green candle. But if you can find a candle that's green and pink, or you can just get 2 separate, a pink and a green candle, I feel like I would do that. If I can't find a candle that has green and pink together, I would just get me 2 separate, a green and a pink candle. Um But it also depends on your intentions on the work that you're doing. But if we're doing heart chakra work, most definitely you gonna want to work with the green candle. It's a given. Um, if you want to work with crystals, you can. Like, if you like putting crystals in your candles, uh, that's option. I mean, if that's what you resonate with, you can, like a rose quartz or something like that, or anything that resonates with the heart or self love or romance. You can use that. But if you, because I'm gonna get into it in a second, because we are gonna incorporate a bath in this. So if you have access to a bath tub, you can just surround yourself with the crystals that you want, or even put them in the water if they're safe and non-toxic and they don't dissolve. You can put them in the water. Um, Rose quartz definitely can be put in a water space. Like, it's not gonna harm you. Um, you need you some fresh rose petals, preferably if you can, but you don't have to. Pink or red or both. Rose petals. You can get some fresh pink and rose, or one color or the other. You want to incorporate that as well. Okay. Um, you can use essential oils like rose oil or something like that for detoxifying you yourself. Himalayan salt is good. Epsom salt is really good. Um, I can never say this freaking plant. It's eucalyptus. I can never say it. Y'all have to forgive me. It's one of them words that I do not know how to pronounce. But that's good for detoxing as well. Like, you can sit in the bath for like 10 minutes with it. It's very good, but you don't have to. You can use Florida water. Now, that's kind of optional as well, but if you feel led, just a little drops, especially if you have a yoni, you got like, you got a little, kitty cat. You don't want to be in the bath with too much shit, especially nothing like that. Unless you make it yourself, but even then, like, if I make, the ones that I've made and I put them in my bath water, I'm not going to be over like putting too much of that in there, because it does have other ingredients that might irritate the yoni. So you don't want to, don't use too much. Then you're going to need a paper and pen, of course. I always say, before you even get started on doing any spiritual work, you want to make sure that you are in the right headspace energetically. Okay. That you are fully ready and prepared to do the work. You want to make sure that your space is clear of negative energy. So if you need to clear it out, you want to make sure that your environment is still quiet, or when you have the privacy to do this work. Um, you're going to call on your divine team, your divine guides. You're going to cover and protect yourself when you do these things. Um, so just make sure that you're in a quiet space to where you won't be interrupted. So you can always listen to like meditation music or something that is healing, something that, kind of sets that tone, right? Because this isn't no traditional, like, oh, I'm doing this so I can call in a lover. No. Or like some love spell shit. You're doing a love spell, if you want to call it that, or a self-love work on yourself to magnetize a healthy energy, and you have to do the inner work. So just because you take this bath, or you like these candles and you set your intention, it's not going to do the work for you. Yeah, definitely not too much down there. um yeah, read that book, Kyla. I'm just reading y'all comments now. Yeah, if you feel led to read that book, it is the reason why it came out. But no, you want to make sure that you're in the headspace to do the work. Because once you set the energies, intentions in motion, because these spiritual tools, they all are elements of the divine. You're using the fire element with the candles, you're using the water element with the bath, the earth energy with the flowers, the air energy with your intentions, your affirmations, the things that you're writing. You're using all of these components, and that divine ether energy with tapping into spirit through yourself. So you're bridging the gap between the spirit and the physical, and with these elements here that you're using. So you are activating something, but you got to do the work, and you got to be prepared for what the effects of your work is going to do, or have you do, because it all works. Like, you're the vessel that's doing the performing the work. and it's going to work through you. It's not just, oh, because I lit these candles, I took this bath, oh, it's done. No, it's going to activate and it's going to call you to do the work within yourself. And it may be all in the subconscious way. Like you just start purging and releasing what you need to. All of it's 11:11 now. You're just going to start doing all of these different um works that you need to do. It's going to be deep rooted work, or it's going to already tap into what you've been doing. If you've been working on yourself when it comes to self-love, or working on your heart, or opening yourself up to receive healthy connections and relationships, this is just going to amplify that, you know? So make sure you ground yourself. You can, visualize a pink or green energy or light around you, loving energies around you, your divine team around you that love you. And then you're going to step into the bath. I would also do this too when you're in the bath. I've done this before sometime, like when I'm doing like some healing work around certain points in my body. In this instance, we're going to say our rose quartz. I have a rose quartz, but it's like one of these little shapes. You can take it, or whatever crystal, or if you don't have one, just hold your hand on your chest. Send yourself that green, like this vibrant green and pink energy, and say an affirmation to yourself. So, for example, we'll just say, with every breath that I take, I clear my heart. With each breath, I invite love, or something along the lines of that. Um, so you're gonna step into the bath, you know, put your stuff, put all of your ingredients. So like if you're using the oils, or if you're gonna use the salts, you can do that. The Florida water, put that in there. If you're putting your crystals in your water, you can do that. And then your roses, do that. Speak over your water, because water is a portal. So when you get into your water, you're going to set the intention that this is going to be a space of cleansing, or this is going to be a space that um, extracts all of the toxic energies around me that block me in my space, in my heart. If there's any foods or any beverages that I have drunken that keep my energy in an imbalanced state, or causes pain or anger or depression within me, detox my body. Some of y'all might be guided to change your diet during this, because a lot of foods do affect our moods, for real. Like foods that are not for you. Um, just saying. If you want to, like, you can use your waters, like this Florida water I made. This is my Ghetto Fairy water that I made. I activated this during a moon, actually, a moon cycle. So this will be like popping to use in the water, if you know what I mean. And this is a perfect time to do this, because we're currently in a Venus retrograde right now, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure how long. This is a perfect time to do this type of work. Perfect time. I didn't even know when I created this, because I do everything a week in advance, like what type of segments I want to do for my Ghetto Fairy Friday, what type of themes, and I was guided to do something around the heart and love and healing. Little did I know that we were going to be in a Venus retrograde. I just learned that a couple of days ago. So this is right on time. I would do it around this time, or during Venus Day, which is Friday night. So you can charge your water. You can say, this water is charged with love and light to heal my heart and to guide me to the right space over my heart, blah, 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 blah. Once you get in the bath, like, do the healing work over your heart. Constantly, you might cry, you might get angry, like you might have different responses. Like every spiritual bath that I've done, there's always a different experience. Some experiences, there's tears, there might be anger, there might be visions. I might start speaking in another language. Like a lot of things start to happen during the process and even after the process of it. So, like I said, water is very powerful. It is a portal. It's a very powerful energy, and we are made up of water. So, even more powerful. So, you can place your hands on your heart. I'm ready to release pain. I'm ready to open my heart to receive love, love myself, so on and so forth, whatever you feel guided to say. I open myself up to receive the love that I deserve. Why is my throat getting cut off? To receive the love that I deserve. So when you do that, when you're sitting in the water, you're just allowing yourself to feel and process your emotions. Okay. You're allowing yourself, you're giving yourself permission to feel, and not just during the bath. When you get out, maybe the same. Maybe you might start crying. Maybe you might just be guided to just write something or let it all out, or write a forgiveness letter to someone or to yourself, or whatever it might be. So meditate while you're in the bath on the heart space, sending love and healing, releasing whatever's blocking it. Continue to do that. You don't got to sit in the bath for a long time. Um, I wrote down some affirmations so you can repeat things such as: I forgive myself and others. I give and receive love freely. I am worthy of love and joy. Release and seal the intention. When you're done, you can write out your intentions. As you drain your bath, you remove all of your flowers and stuff. I wouldn't throw the flowers away. I would actually bury them in a sacred space as a dedication, giving it back to Mother Earth to transmute all that energy. Or you can keep it, dry it, maybe put it in another candle that you're doing healing work in and release. But I would more so, don't dispose it in the trash or just flush it. I don't know, something like that. But I would give it back to the earth, bury it, or just, you know what I mean? But as the water is draining, you can say something like: as the water flows away, I release all that no longer serves me. My heart is healed. My spirit is renewed. Things like that. Um, Reflect daily, because like I said, this is not this is not just like, oh, I did that. We're good to go. It's done. My heart is healed. Everybody, it is healed. It is in the process of healing. It's no longer in that state of where it was, where it needed that attention and love. It is healing. It is opening, or it is steadily still healing if you've been doing the work. So, you know, repeat the following daily. I wrote this down, but you can twist it and flip it that resonates with you. My heart is open. I am love. I give and receive freely, guided by the highest good. Just say an affirmation daily for your heart. Healing energy. Send yourself love daily. Say beautiful affirmations about yourself daily. I have like a whole list of affirmations in my phone to speak over myself when I feel guided. It may not be all of them every day, but at least one or two that I'm guided to use. Like, speak that life over yourself, over your health. So journal about your experience too. When you get out the bath, when you have the space, like, journal, what did you experience? What did you feel? What visions did you have, if you had any? What came up emotionally for you? If you felt emotional, why? Did experience come back to play in your mind? Did a person or a memory of something, what came up? Like, journal it. And maybe throughout the process, my God, what is going on with my throat? During the process of all of this, maybe a couple of days later, like, keep track, pay attention to how you feel, your emotions, like what's changing, how you're responding to things, maybe how people are responding to you, like where is your emotional state now? Like, keep track of that, because you're going to see a shift. Like I said, you might be guided to change your eating habits. You might be inspired, to walk in your connections with others and the relationship with yourself different. So you can always follow up, if you feel like this is something that you want to do, like every Venus day, do some sort of self-love thing, or light a candle on Venus day for yourself, or, something that you give back to you. Keep up with that. My heart is open. My soul is free. Love flows endlessly to and through me is a beautiful affirmation. You can wear green or pink clothes or accessories. I wore pink today. Like, today's Venus Day. I'm like, I'm gonna wear pink. Sometimes I wear like neutral colors or like earth tone colors. Sometimes, like, I'll play with color every now and then, of course. But I just I felt led to wear pink today, so that's what I did. And I don't know. It does make me feel Not just, oh, it's this feminine energy. It does make me feel lighter. It's almost like a pure loving energy. Like it's not too much. Like red is like that fiery, sexy, sensual energy, confident. Pink is kind of just like this soft, playful, lighthearted, type energy. So you can wear green or pink or, your crystals, heart chakra, stones. You can wear anything that reminds you of love, right? It could be wearing affirmation shirts. Like I've seen some really dope shirts that people wore. I used to have this really cute one. I don't know what happened to it, but it said self-love on it. It was like it had these little cute bold letters on it. It was a cute top. I don't know what happened to it. But yeah, so with your candles, you can speak affirmations over your candles, breathe your life over them. I always say wash your candles, smudge them before you use them because you don't know whose hands been on them. You can say with this flame, it transforms my pain into light. My heart is whole. My future is bright. Or, um, with the pink candle might have a different affirmation. The green candle might have another, or whatever you feel guided to do. So when you're done, when the candles are done, dispose them, of love, release them. Thank your divine team, by the way, for helping you through the process and guiding you through the process. If they are also partaking, like I had an experience. I shared this a long time, or maybe a couple of times before, but I had a friend of mine. She made a herb, a herbal bath pack for me, where she mixed all these different herbs together, and she said, "I was just guided to send this to you. You don't have to pay for it. I'm sending this to you." And at that day was like so triggering, and I got into it with a family member, and I just was feeling like I felt alone, I felt misunderstood, I felt casted out, I felt targeted by them, and I was like so angry that I was like, I'm going to take this bath because I need to release this. And I was guided when I centered myself back, I was guided to take an old picture of myself and like do this release with it, because that picture reminded me of, because it was like a photo shoot that I did, and it was like at a time where I was still trying to like find what it is that I wanted to do with my life, and I was still seeking validation, things like that. I was in a toxic relationship at the time. So all that energy in that picture and where I was at in the time of my life was so heavy. After I worked with that picture, did the release, I took the spiritual bath. So powerful. I felt so much energy. I felt like I saw my a legion of like what had to be ancestors. It was just like a legion of people like around. And it felt like familiar, felt like comfort, felt like home, felt like love. When I got out of the bathtub, I was still kind of feeling a little bit down by the whole situation with that family member. And I was playing this message. It was like a one of those inspirational videos, but it had like a preacher in the back, and he said something, and I still to this day don't know where that video is. I could have sworn I liked it. It's not in my likes, but he said something that triggered me, like to release. I heard something say, "Get up." I stood or got up, straightened myself up because I was laying down in the bed. And I stood up in my bed, and I heard, "Breathe." I took a deep breath. All of a sudden this other language just started coming out, and I could not stop it. And I was releasing, I was crying, and I could remember some of the words, and it almost sounded like I was saying Yemoya. I kept it was like I was calling out a mother energy name. That's what I could interpret in my mind, but I was speaking another language and I couldn't stop it. It was like gone. I just was releasing. I felt I felt so much freer after doing that. I felt so much lighter after doing that. But all of that was like, that's why I say like everything is not black and white, because we can be too spiritual sometimes and say, "Oh, well, we can't read the Bible." The Bible could speak to you in a divine way, that it doesn't have to be from this churchy, religious, literal space. It might be coded and speak something to your spirit, like that man's sermon. Like he said, I clicked on that video. It was like it was right there for me. And I clicked on it, and he was like, "You feel like you've been overlooked and unseen and blah blah blah, and God is gonna do this." And he said something. And when I heard that, I started crying and I heard get up. And I stood up, released that breath like I was guided to, and them tongues just started, I don't know, like flying out. And ever since then, I've been able to do it. It was like it activated that in me. Very powerful experience. And that was a spiritual bath. That was a spiritual bath. So, yeah. Mm. So I would encourage y'all. Yes, it was a very beautiful experience. I've had other experiences with my guys. Like some of it was not pretty things. Like I've seen, and it led me to look up. This is how God works in mysterious ways. I never knew anything about the Trail of Tears. I'm like I've heard of it, but I didn't go into it in depth. In one of my visions, I seen everything clear. Like I could see the ancestors, like what they were doing, how they were trying to escape, and all. I seen all of that, and it was like intense. I looked up. It was something that came like when I was guided to look up the Trail of Tears. I think it was also something with Turtle Island or something. It was like something came, it clicked, and I was like, "What the fuck?" 'Cause my vision that I had while I was taking that spiritual bath, like I'm telling you, like you can divine in the bathtub. Like that's a very real thing. Like they call it squiring, but I always say it wrong. But you don't have to really look into the water. It's just sitting in the water with intention and channeling and divine. Like it's crazy. I don't know if it's the experience is like that for everybody, but that is my experience. Very interesting. But yeah. So let's do our little interaction. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Yeah, the Trail of Tears. That was, I don't know, y'all. That was very, that experience was a lot. So, um, so as y'all know, we're gonna close out here. But as you guys know, this is the 10-year anniversary of the Walu Child. We started this thing January 31st, 2015. That was the first time I even set this thing up and was like, let's I'm gonna do this. And here we are. I don't remember when my first video was. I don't even know. I don't know. That was a long time ago. But I just want to see like if anybody want to share. So this is for my OGs or even my new fairies. Greetings. How long have you guys been a part of this journey here on this channel? If you're an OG from the early days or you're just a recently new joined member, what year did you guys find my channel? So what year did you guys find it? And then if you guys have any favorite memory on my channel, y'all, I would love to hear it. Any moment that may have inspired you or made you laugh, made you cry, like helped you on your journey in some kind of way, y'all can we can share, we can talk about it. Maybe I might have something for you like on the behind the scenes end of things, like maybe how a reading or why I was inspired to do certain things. Like yeah, I can't believe this has been 10 years. Like time flies for real. Like that's really crazy. My daughter was like little. I think she was like she had to been in kindergarten. This was years ago. My God. Yeah, I think my daughter was in kindergarten when I started my channel. Like and she's a teen now. That's crazy. That is fucking crazy. Like she was like little. Now she's a teenager. God help me. God help me today. That is so crazy. But oh my God, what is going on? Another plane? That's you know, God knows. You found me last year, 2023, Tawanda. Okay. Yeah, so Kyla, your heart. You remember I'm a fossil. I can't see this. Hold on. Sing a song, pick a card in 2020. My favorite reading you've done for me was your future spouse reading. It really opened your eyes that someone like that could exist and really opens your heart. That's beautiful. Yeah. I remember 2020 was like I was live, active all the time because I mean it was a pandemic. Everybody was at home. That was like a popping time for the readings, wasn't it? Like I think that's when a lot of readers were like birthed like a big influx of tarot readers just flew to the scene, flew to the coop. I appreciate you guys too. I like 2020, that was a fun time. I think that was when I don't know if you're talking about the ones where I used to do like the musical themes every week. It was either every Friday or every Thursday. I don't remember. I don't remember, child. Oh yeah, girl. I was on them lives all the time. But of course, like I don't remember when Happy Hour might have been birthed out in 2018, I think. I think that's when I started doing Happy Hour. Um, but yeah, 2020 was like I was on the live a lot. And it was like so easy, comfortable because my daughter was doing online school because of course they couldn't go to school. So it was just like, she was here in the house, just had all that time. People was at home on, all on YouTube, all on the gram. Like I've never been like a Instagram type of reader. Like that's not really my space like that. But definitely I noticed like the social media platforms really becoming really popular for the spiritual content like Clubhouse. I don't even know if Clubhouse is still a thing. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, I think Twitch. Mm, if not 2020, maybe a little bit later with Twitch. But yeah, we was all on the gram, just or not on the gram, all on the YouTube land. Just we was over here. That was a time though. I got so many downloads during that time. It was crazy. A lot of downloads. I still get downloads. Like sometimes at work, I don't have time to just like be in that realm of hold on. Mm, hold on. My bad. I what was I saying? I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, at work, like I don't have the time to like fully sit in the downloads. I try to keep them in mind so I can take them with me. I actually like drew an illustration of what I was seeing in my mind's eye and how spirit was breaking down like a certain type of experience that people can have and in like the best way that I can interpret it, I had to illustrate it on paper. So I'm gonna save that for another video. I don't know if it's gonna be a live or I'm just gonna record it and then upload it. I don't know. But excuse me. Um, Patreon, we're going to be doing some things on Patreon. We're going to do some erotic, 18 plus. We're going to do some love themes, self love messages, maybe even some talks on there. So if you guys are not a member on my Patreon, you might want to hop on that. But yeah, it's been a minute, you guys. I think the last thing I posted on Patreon was the 2025 love forecast reading, yearly reads for all the signs. So I haven't even did my weeklies at all this month in January, but it's been so busy like with work and stuff like that. Saturday and Sunday is like the time that I like really have for myself because it probably would be different if I had like an earlier schedule and I got off like in during the day, but like nah, because I work like nights. I don't really have the energy to be like, oh yeah, let's record a Patreon tonight. So I have to do everything in advance now. Mm. And on top of that, I got my personals I still be doing, monthly reads that people still book with me. I make sure I do that. So I got to manage my time wisely. But February, I got some healing content, some love content we're going to post on Patreon. And I do have a love special reading that I will be releasing right before Valentine's Day. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, we're going to keep it fun because I think Valentine's Day is on Venus or on our Fairy Friday. And it's interesting because it's going to be on a Venus Day this year. So that would be interesting. I don't foresee me having any Valentine. That ain't, I doubt that. But I'm pretty sure the only Valentine that I'll probably have is my daughter, you know. Sometimes my dad, he'll think of me and he'll probably do something nice for me on Valentine's Day. But other than that, I don't foresee nothing going on for me during that day other than work and doing the live. So I have something themed for you guys. If you guys want to hop on, if y'all not going out on a date or something cute or sexy or something, y'all just at home, y'all chilling, I got you. Okay. Or you can come back and watch it after your date or whatever y'all got going on Valentine's Day. So I'll try to do something fun and themed for Valentine's Day as well. So y'all be on the lookout for that. But other than that, you guys, that is a live. Thank you guys for coming on with me and, showing some love. And we're celebrating 10 years of the Walu Child on here on this platform called YouTube. Crazy place. But yeah, it's been a beautiful journey because of all that needs to happen and has happened and how it's helped me to grow and transform myself, helped me to embrace myself. This is one of the ways, and also helping others. And I hope that I've been able to help and assist with others' self-love journey and transformation of self. So as always, y'all, much love. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night, your day, your evening, wherever you guys are in the world. Saturday, enjoy your weekend. I know it's Friday for still technically for some of us, and it might be Saturday for some of you guys. So happy Venus Day, happy Saturn Day, depending on what's going on with your time zone. But much love as always, you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for joining. And until the next one, peace.